And good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this live broadcast by School Sport Live. Welcome to the very picturesque Diocesan College, better known as Bishops. Today we have a clash where we have it's the oldest schoolboy rivalry in the country, and it's Bishops will be playing against SACS. SACS, the oldest school in the country, and I'm Rowan, and I'm just standing in until our regular SACS commentator Nick gets here. Nick Maurer, but joining Nick in the commentary box today will be none other than Warren Griffiths, who is an OD and played in the side in '96, and if I'm not mistaken, against Nick. Good morning, Warren.
Good morning, Rowan. Yes, Nick and I, we played against each other from under 14 all the way through to matric, and you know, this fixture is always an exciting fixture for the boys, for the whole school. So yeah, thanks very much for the introduction, and very nice to join you guys today.
Very happy to have you here. As I said, I'll be standing until Nick gets here. We love Nick's comments on SACS. He knows the boys very well, and of course he'll be the first team coach next year. So as usual, Bishops coming, congregating on the southern side behind the poles. Wind conditions here, or weather conditions in general, superb as usual at the Piley Reese, is in magnificent condition. Seems like we have a little bit of wind that's going to pick up as the game goes on. I see it's going to get quite strong towards the end of the game, but at the moment it's a bit gusty, so it'll make it a bit tricky for the kickers. So you see there we've got the SACS side, and what I will do in his absence, I'll quickly run through the SACS side. We've got one at Connor O'Reilly, Liam Larkin at number 2, Duncan Ferguson at 3. Our lock pairing is Tom Robinson and Captain James Brewer. 6, 7 and 8 is Kyle Coles, Lance Statler and the very impressive Alex Halverson. 9 is Craven Week scrum off, Lucky Tlepu and David Hayes. Our wings are Justin Bendeman on the left wing and Yanga Tolashe on the right wing. Centre pairing is Nick Redlinghuis and Geordie Hop. And our fullback berth is completed by Michael Abrams. Coach is Graham Wippener and Adam Rundle. Warren, if you want to run through the Bishop side.
Introducing the Bishop side, at loosehead, Alistair Jewson, at hooker, Jason Hoffmeyer, JP Smith at tight.
Welcome back here to the Piley Reese. Apologies for the lack of transmission there. The tea lady apparently unplugged the cord, but we're back, and Bishops besieging the SACS line have been given a penalty. And it looks like young Harry Macon, the Bishop's number 9, will shoot for goal to get the first points of the game. Warren, welcome. Good to have you. Your thoughts on the opening exchanges?
Yes, Nick, there hasn't really been that much so far. Bishops cleared well from the kickoff and have spent the rest of the time down in the SACS half, forcing the error and giving them the opportunity to have a go at goal.
SACS yet to fire a shot. Macon kicks. He sneaks it in past the right hand upright to lead 3-0. Bishops playing against a slight breeze here on the Piley Reese. Actually a beautiful day here. Wonderful turf here at Piley Reese. A world-class surface here for schoolboy rugby. The Bishops faithful here next to me starting to get into some song, willing their team to victory here. David Hayes, the young SACS fly-off, looking for the ball here to restart play. Hayes will be looking to kick a nice deep contested ball here and reclaim the ball back for SACS, and obviously Bishops will be looking to exit.
Yeah, Nick, our positioning couldn't be better this morning, nestled in here with all the Bishops boys around us. Make it fairly difficult for you as a SACS old boy, but hopefully we're in for a bit of a cracker here, hopefully.
David Hayes kicks off to the right-hand side and Geordie Hop chases. Bishops gather well through Prentice, but Hop does well.
The Bello Scott going to ground. Bishops boys clearing the ball there. No scrum half in place. It looks like a little bit of a fortunate penalty, that, Nick.
Yeah, Warren, I thought that ball was out. I think the ref wasn't looking at that exact moment when Geordie Hop went for that ball. Ball was out in my view. It was right in front of us. Nevertheless, the ref is the sole judge of fact, and Bishops get to relieve. They've missed touch though. Here's Yanga Tulashi under the ball. He gives it to Michael Abrams, to Lucky Glepu, out to Liam Larkin, the danger man in the SACS side. He's got a big fend. Look out for that. But Bishops tackle him well. Low and hard is the way forward for them. Glepu now plays out to James Brewer, who gives a pass out to Geordie Hop. SACS playing a lot of rugby in their own 22, and Hop throws it away. Not the right start by SACS here. SACS need to respect their opposition and exit efficiently. Abrams now out to Statler. Here we go. Big Halverson up the right. This guy's big and fast. Is he hungry for action today? Halverson places the ball, and the SACS men are there to clear. Klepu digging for the ball. And here comes Brewer, the captain again. He carries strongly. The SACS boys are there. Bishops off their feet there. Klepu's got it. Decides to kick. This one's blowing in the wind. Will it stay in? No, it's directly into touch. Warren, this wind is a factor. It's blowing across the field here.
Yeah,
the players need to be wary of that. Klepu probably kicked that on a normal day would have been a fine kick, but today drifting into touch.
Yeah, the wind is northwester, so it's coming across us from right to left. So the quickers have to be well aware of that. Off the top from Bishops, MacDonald to his younger brother MacDonald, and big fend in midfield. And Bishops getting numbers to the breakdown. MacDonald offload there, and good carry, and going to ground. Bishops not committing too many numbers to the breakdown, and making to MacDonald and taking it up himself, and a little one through the back and turnover. I see Larkin there on the ground, turned it over.
Liam Larkin wide awake to the threat there. Bishops playing some good stuff there, looking to offload. Klepu now clears against the
MacDonald
breeze.
with the counter attack, taking it back up, straight up ahead. Bit of feet there, and looks like he's a bit of hands in, but ball's there presented well for Macon to MacDonald, and miss pass, and lucky there, and SACS could come through.
Bad error there by Bishops, and here comes Benderman down the left. He hoots it ahead. Here comes Larkin. He's quick. Can he get there? Could this be the first score? It is. A terrible error there by Bishops. Not passing accurately. The ball going loose. SACS pouncing on that error and kicking the ball ahead, and they are on the board, leading now 5-3. Was he all well and good to play ball in hand stuff, but your passes need to stick, and you've got to be careful. There is a bit of a wind about, and the skill levels need to be there.
For sure, Nick. The Bishop's backs looked a little flat there, and obviously, trying to throw a few through miss passes, but very flat. And when the error came, obviously it was a very easy kick through, but a very good chase by the SACS boys. And as you say, 5-3 with the kick to come. Geordie Hop looking to add the 2 points.
Geordie Hop now with a conversion to make it 7. Bishops really need to make SACS work for their tries today. So the SACS side is probably starting as favourites. They're going to be looked to impose their game onto Bishops later in this half. So Bishops certainly can't afford Wazzy to just give away tries like that where SACS hadn't had to earn anything. They'll be very wary of that, and I'm sure their coaching staff will not be happy with that concession.
For sure, Nick. That's the first time SACS have entered the Bishops half besides the 2 kickoffs. So it's a very easy and soft 7 points for them.
Brewer calls for it and takes it well. He passes out to Redlinghase. Redlinghase clears straight down the middle of the field.
Van der Westhuizen takes well, passes back infield to Pienaar, and he comes back to the narrow side. Put a one through the back to Sir Prentice, and this man's strong. He's a very strong. There we go, and he takes it back infield. Takes it very well, presents the ball back to Macon. There's a runner off 9, sorry, and Bishop's boys all standing around us. Happy with that run that Prentice gave them in that forward ball. Ball back in midfield. Larkin's there. He's always a factor in the midfield and defence. He puts in some huge tackles, Nick. A lot of counter. Great ball from Mac. to Pinar and back to McDonald, and he's under the poles. It's a very nice play, nice linking play there by the Bishops boys. Create that hole in midfield, and 5 points under the sticks, and more than likely 2 points to come.
Classic Bishops rugby there. The scrum off taking a quick tap, catching SACS a little unawares there. A lovely line straight off the shoulder, and then an inside pass for a great score under the poles. Set up beautifully earlier on by Seb Prentice. He's actually a loose forward but playing on the left wing. Very big, very strong, very aggressive. And he got Bishops on the front foot there. He got the thing started. And Bishops now score a great try and add the extras as well and lead the game now 10 points to 7. SACS will be shaken by that. That'll be a big wake-up call for them. Bishops, you must give them credit though. It was a fabulous try. Moving the ball, lovely line, followed by a beautiful little switch play to get under the sticks there. David Hayes now to restart. He kicks now to the left-hand side of the field. He kicks long this time. Wants to pin Bishops deep in their half.
Straight to McDonald, and he looks to the offload to Van der Westhuizen with his penetrating left boot. It's another great kick by Brandon Van der Westhuizen, and that has gone out inside the SACS 22. It's a great exit by Bishops and playing the rugby down in the SACS half.
Outstanding exit there by Bishops. To have a left footer and a right footer to kick is a huge boost. They took that ball deep, they moved the ball quickly, and that left boot pinned SACS right over the head of the wing and rolled it into touch. That's a fabulous exit play there by Bishops.
Having that left foot to Nick, like you say, it's a perfect win for that, just drifting it down into the corner. I'm sure Bishops will look to do that for the rest of the first half.
Takes well at 4. Lucky Glepu plays it out to Statler, who carries strongly into the middle of the field. Glepu plays out to Abrams. Abrams with a very strange kick.
Van der Westhuizen takes and gathers, takes it up a little bit, takes and runs hard into Halverson. Ripped off him there slightly, but lucky Bishops have got the ball back, and it's from Macon to McDonald. There's a bit of numbers here on the right hand side. Straight up by Pinar, and the half offload doesn't go to hand, and it's turnover ball.
That one there on the ground. SACS have the turnover. The referee is playing advantage for a knock on. Here comes Glepu. Can he strike the ball a bit better?
Straight down Van der Westhuizen's right. Done well in position there, Nick, into Pinar in midfield, and a good line off Pinar. But unfortunately slightly forward, and the refs call that will be scrum down SACS ball.
The SACS kickers at the moment really letting themselves down. The ball striking is not good at all. There is a wind to factor in, but really they're not kicking through the ball. They're just sort of plopping it ahead straight down the fullback's throat and putting themselves under huge pressure. SACS's exit play is going to have to improve. If not, they might as well just run the ball in my view. But those kicks are just feeding Bishops and putting them under pressure. Glepu now to feed the scrum. Bishops leading this game 10 points to 7. They're looking full of running. Glepu now. What can SACS do?
Position here, Nick.
SACS put a decent scrum on there. Halverson plays Glepu. Plays Hayes now with a little ball there. Redling Hayes comes on a hard line. Redling Hayes stumped to the ground by a good tackle, but Glepu's there. Plays it out to the right. Statler out to Abrams. He's got fancy footwork. He gets smacked hard in the tackle though. It's good work by Bishops. They're hungry. You can see they're up for this game. Glepu now to Brewer. Brewer now carries 100 kilos of Brewer, and Glepu plays to the left. Here comes Halverson with a bit of footwork. That's good by the big number 8. He's well tackled though by a couple of Bishops boys who are looking hungry. Glepu now plays it out to Hayes. Hayes with a bit of space offloads to Connor O'Reilly. Connor O'Reilly, big overlap to the right here for SACS. The referee has awarded a penalty. Here comes Hayes with a show and go. He's well tackled again. Bishops defense holding true. SACS have the penalty advantage though. There's numbers to the left. They just need to show some patience here. Wear this Bishops defense down. A little bit static. And the referee eventually blows his whistle. Glepu goes quickly. This is where he's very dangerous. The little scrum off. Is there support there quickly? They get there eventually. Glepu isolated. Maybe not the right call, Warren. Bishops have had SACS under siege for a while. I think the play there was to slow everything down, kick for touch, maybe set a maul, just get your composure back. But Glepu taking the quick tap and the boys not reacting in time.
100%. The option taking may have not been the right choice, but has presented Bishops another opportunity to head deeper back into SACS's half with an attacking line-out. You see what Bishops have up their sleeves here. looks like they're committing a full line out. There's a decent crowd here today, Nick, and there's a nice atmosphere. It's been a great day for rugby so far, and some good results have gone SACS way.
Yeah, it's been a great day for SACS so far, but as we all know, the first team result is really what matters. SACS will be proud winning all the A-team games and many other games around the fields here. But at the end of the day, this is the one. And the referee blows a technical infringement there, a bit of obstruction there by Bishops at that maul. Always very frustrating for the boys and for the coaching staff for penalties there to be awarded for those type of technicalities. Nevertheless, rules is rules. And SACS breathe a sigh of relief and have the penalty. Can Michael Abrams strike the ball? That's a much better strike by Abrams. Taking play up to the halfway line where SACS will feed the line out. Was he schoolboy rugby? Schoolboy rugby nowadays is just a wonderful thing. So many people interested. So many people interested in schoolboy rugby, getting out here in their masses. And Piley Reese, what a place. What a place for two great schools with great history and heritage to come together in a titanic clash. SACS struggling to find the ball to restart play. The ball boy there is really needs to look at himself a little bit. He's Liam Larkin not a feed, a five-man line out. They move to the back and Tom Robinson takes well. And Glepu out to Hayes, it's a bit static. SACS looking a little bit rudderless there on attack, a little bit slow and static. Knees on the ground, Bishops will need to release. The referee has called, there's a pick and drive around the front. Good clean out there by Kyle Coles. Now it's Larkin, he needs to get in the game a bit more. He feeds it off to Lance Statler. Glepu now plays to the right, there's an overlap here if Redling Ace moves the ball. Tom Robinson. JP Smith, big JP Smith on the ball there. He's fighting hard at the breakdown, a great counter ruck there by JP Smith.
Turnover ball, Macon getting there, and Smith's picked it up and passed to McDonald, and he's looking to put the ball behind him, and it's a good kick. Hopefully the bounce suits Bishops here, and they're all over it, and it's a good, and it's tackled into touch with the attacking line out to Bishops.
Bishops not renowned for their kicking game, but that was the perfect option, just putting the ball in behind. Michael Abrams all alone there under big pressure. The referee has ruled that he's actually awarded looks like a penalty, was he? I couldn't quite see what happened there. Nevertheless, it's big JP Smith. What can he do?
For sure, sometimes, the Bishop's way and the Bishop style of rugby is it's a beautiful thing to watch, but sometimes you just have to make those options and kick and play the game down deep in the other opposition's half.
Yeah, rugby nowadays with the defences that are being set against you, you have to play with variety. In as much as the kicking game becomes sort of easy to read, so does just a pure running game. You have to be able to play in different ways. You have to be able to kick well, you have to be able to chase well, run well, pass well.
As we join in Bishop's war cry off the back of the scrum, Pennell picks up and goes by himself, and it's a good carry. There we go, Macon to McDonald, and it's a try. Try to Bishops. Very nice line, good ball, good carry from Pennell off the back there, Nick. It's really getting the momentum going and setting up that opportunity for a good line.
Beautiful line there. It was very difficult to see who scored that try. Bishops, of course, don't play in numbers as they have throughout their history, but a lovely flat line there, looking for the space between the two defenders. Macon giving a nice flat pass, and Bishops going in there for their second try. SACS now under a bit of pressure. This just shows you how tight these local derbies are. SACS coming in as favourites, but Bishops, if they knock over this conversion, will have a sizable lead, and SACS will have to do all the play to get back into this contest.
Yeah, Nick, Bishops have certainly arrived here today. It's playing on the Pileys. It's a privilege to these boys, and they've certainly turned up for today's game. And SACS do have their work cut out.
SACS to me look a little bit lethargic. We haven't really seen Liam Larkin get in the game much. In these big clashes, you need your best players to be standing up and getting stuck in. Hopefully this awakens the Rhino, as he's known as. Making a beautiful kick there, and that puts Bishops out to a handy 17 points to 7 lead. Graham Veppener sitting behind the poles there with his assistant Adam Rundle, Barry van Salm, head of rugby, Graham Veppener has no hair currently as it is, and if he did, it would be falling out at the moment. He wouldn't have been happy with the start. David Hayes now looking to restart. SACS need to get back in the Bishop's half. They have barely been there this game. Here's Halverson now, and Hop, he just simply knocks it on. It was poor by Hop.
Bishop's ball, come back to making it standing at fly off. Bishop's passing a little bit wide. There's a bit of space out wide. They got a lock in front of them, and the opportunity. Bishop's keeping the ball alive, and what's one of the things that Bishop's always like to do is keep the ball in hand and keep that linking that they like to play. Another good line there from Van der Westhuizen. Halverson all over the ball. Be lucky not to. There we go. Penalty to Bishops, and another opportunity to get back deep into SACS half. No, quick tap and go. McDonald, Labello Scott, Cravenweek centre to Seb Prentice, and very strong runner this guy, and he's over. It's going to be another try to Bishops, and under the poles, and another 7 points. A little bit of a shock, but a great run from Seb Prentice, knocking off a few defenders, Nick.
Well, was he looking at it from where we are? I mean, that was absolutely fantastic by Prentice. The fight he showed there to fight and hand off people, but you got to say that SACS defense there was absolutely woeful. The boys going high, not committing themselves to a low tackle. Prentice, he's a loose forward, he's strong, he's got a great fend. The basics of rugby still apply. You go low and hard on those guys. SACS there embarrassingly falling off tackles. Bishops really had nothing on there actually, and they just through pure single-minded desire managed to break through those tackles and score. Now Bishops are in a seriously powerful position here, 24-7. SACS are in big trouble here, was he?
Absolutely, Nick. They made good of not a lot of ball there, and they've come out with 7 points, back-to-back 7 points to extend this lead. As all the Bishops boys have been shouting Super Seb for a great run there, and a well-deserved try under the poles.
Prentice embarrassing the big names in the SACS side there, both Lucky Glepper and Liam Larkin, the Cravenweek players, being fended off.
McDonald to Van der Westhuizen, and there's another space. SACS opening up in the midfield, and McDonald goes in to protect the ball. Macon, and that's to McDonald. Both McDonald brothers here in blue scrum caps can get a little bit confusing without the numbers on the backs. And a high ball taken by Lucky.
Outstanding box kick there by Bishops. Klepu taking it well, but well tackled. There's numbers here. Halverson not working at all to get back here to help his mates, just sauntering back. Absolutely no desire to get deep there to attack. Here's Redling Ace. Ooh, almost an intercept. Here comes Larkin. Can he finish? Larkin kicks ahead. Why do that?
Well marked by Brandon van der Westhuizen. And with this wind, once again, looking to put it out on the halfway line. So not a bad kick that, and it's actually, he's made a lot more meters and put it out in between the 22 and the 10 meter line.
Once again, SACS fast asleep. Larkin in space, kicks the ball away. Bishops then take advantage of SACS. SACS is just complete apathy. Glepu not standing on the touchline, the ball going into touch. Very poor play there by SACS. Just the general effort and work rate at the moment by the SACS boys simply not there. No one working hard to get back and help. No one getting set on attack. There comes Statler. Can he start something? Well tackled there by the Bishops boys. There's a breakdown there. Can they remove bodies? The ball goes to Glepu, who's found a little bit of space here. But here's the danger man, Prentice. Can he run over the SACS boys? No, SACS boys not even approaching him. They don't want a piece, but that's the way to tackle him, was he? Low and hard.
Absolutely, and looked like a turnover all the way there. He was all by himself. The Bishops boys not making good effort to support, and a little bit of back chat and an extra 10 meters advanced by the ref.
The basics of rugby again. As soon as you chop tackle a big runner like Prentice and put a man in at the breakdown, there's always a turnover opportunity, as SACS demonstrated. Larkin there getting over the ball. SACS need to settle quickly, and they must score next. One more try by Bishops could finish SACS off once and for all. SACS desperately need to get on the board here.
24/7 at the moment. Not too sure how much time is left. We haven't got the time on our screen. But as you say, SACS needing to score next to stay in the game.
SACS with a 4-man line out. Here comes Halverson. They maul off the 4-man. They push forward now. Bishop's on that ball, but they're not on their feet. Here comes Larkin. He's playing at 50% at the moment. Bishops have that. Bishop's not rolling away. SACS a little bit fortunate there. SACS looking a little bit rudderless there off that 4-man line out. But they'll have an opportunity now to kick for touch and set a maul again. Very important now that SACS gets 7 points here. Has Hayes kicked that dead? No, he hasn't. There's a line out now. Was he 5 meters from the line? You've got to feel now that if SACS don't score here, they could be in for trouble today.
For sure, this is a great opportunity for them. This is actually the first ball that they've had in the Bishops 22.
It's a 5-man line out. Bishops don't look like they're going to be jumping, so they'll be ready for the maul threat. Goes to Brewer. And here we go. The Bishops are vulnerable here if SACS can stay up, but they've been sacked late. Held up. The referee's ruled held up there. SACS needed to keep their feet, but they failed to do that. But nevertheless, they have a scrum. Attacking scrum, right-hand side of the field. Very dangerous set piece here, was he? Klepu will be looking to hit David Hayes flat here, and they'll be looking to bring maybe Geordie Hop, the big number 13 in here on a blade, maybe a switchback or a hard line, maybe by Redlinghurst on the outside. He scored a beautiful try against Rondebosch in the second term where he just drifted off his man. Klepu now plays it out to Hayes. There's Geordie Hop. Unfortunately, he's static, not running onto the ball, but he's got good leg drive, and the boys get their numbers. Decent balls. Again, the referee rules that ball's not coming out. Bishop's defending well. I thought that backline move was a little bit pedestrian, was he? Just a little bit static. Really need to get the guys running onto the ball there and asking a few more questions. SACS boys looking a little bit rattled. If they can score here and get into the shed at 24-14, they will feel a hell of a lot better.
Scrum in the middle of the field, presenting options either way. Bishop's committing a bit of numbers to the right-hand side.
If you can execute here, Wazi, it's now impossible to stop here. SACS will be looking to do an 8-9 here with Klepu looking to show and go himself. I'm sure he's done that countless times this season. There he goes himself. Oh, he's dropped the ball dead.
And a hack through from Bishops, and it's gone out just over the 22. And Bishops have they've got out of jail there and got out of their 22, out of the red zone, and with no damage done.
Very, very poor by Lucky there. The simple 8-9 play to the blind side, not executed. Liam Larkin now to feed a 5-man line out. Lucky Klepu at scrum off. They're going to be looking to pass the ball out to the back line here off the top. Bishop's marking up here on Brewer, doing a 1-man lift at the front. And they steal SACS's ball with a 1-man lift. Very clever there by Bishops. Ball.
And Bishops and Macon to Pienaar, who's been very prominent so far in this first half, carrying the ball well, presenting it back to Macon and back to McDonald. But SACS up flat there, but Bishop still got the ball. Macon to Van der Westhuizen, who's going to look for his left foot, and another great kick from Brendan Van der Westhuizen. He really has executed that kick and used the wind very well. And Bishops are now 10 metres out.
Outstanding by Bishops there, was he? Using that left foot. They know this field well. They know the conditions well. SACS completely naive, never having a man on the touchline there, waiting for that kick. Klepu always far too far infield, and the ball just rolling over his head again.
Brandon Van der Westhuizen really kicking well, Nick, and really using their wind. Has given Bishop some great territory from which they can play their game.
If SACS, if Bishop score next, Wazi, SACS are all but out of this contest. This is a critical moment in the game. Can't be long to half-time. Larkin to feed. Looks like a 4-man line out.
There's been a replacement for Bishops.
Deploying a lift at the front. This will be a dummy jump here by Halverson. Yeah, and goes to Brewer just in behind. The banker line out. Terrible overthrow. Bishops have this now. One more
Bishops
try
have
by
it,
Bishops. This could be
and
trouble.
it's presented well to Macon, and he goes by himself. Good feet, and he's still going. He's still up. And Bishop's still got the ball there. Somebody been a little bit not. Got to keep their patience, Bishops. And Macon to McDonald. And Labella Scott running a hard line off 10, but McDonald taking it up himself. And Bishops are turned over for holding the ball on the ground.
SACS will breathe a sigh of relief there. One more score, was he, and I wouldn't say they've got a route back. Very important now that SACS clear this ball and make sure that if they touch, the chasing of kicks has not been good. SACS are even now not set to chase at all. If this ball goes down Sepp Prentice's throat, there's absolutely no one there to chase up. The ball goes out, and the line out is given by the ref. Bishop's playing in the right areas of the field here and putting SACS under pressure. SACS is line out here under pressure as well. Bishop's employing an interesting strategy of a one-man lift at the front and a two-man lift at 4 when it's a 5-man line out. So SACS have cleverly shortened the line out to 4-man, which is exactly what you got to do in this instance. SACS for the umpteenth time looking for a ball. I don't know why there aren't ball boys with balls around the field. This is wasting a lot of time. It's usually the under 14 boys who get the honor of being ball boys for the first team. There's a little youngster there who's come out of the bushes with something. And Larkin now to feed a 4-man line out. They'll shoot to the front here, no doubt, and go up. Halverson does that. And the ball moves
Bishop
out.
Line comes up well.
Here
Good
we go.
carry.
Statler straight through. This is important for SACS. He must keep the ball. He fends off Macon. Macon bravely staying in the tackle. Glepu now plays it out the left. Here comes Hayes to Hop. Hop stepping and fending. He needs to do something. He hasn't imposed himself in the game, but that's a good run there by Hop. And Glepu now. There's space out wide here. Statler now taking control of things here. He's an older statesman. Bishop's not rolling away. SACS will need to find out how much time there is before half-time. It looks like they're going to slow things down here and go for touch. The line-outs, the mauling doesn't appear to be functioning as well as it should be. Nevertheless, here, Abrams kicking to the right. There's hardly anyone chasing if this doesn't go out. But it's a good strike here by Abrams. And a good touch finder. SACS desperately need a try here or something, was he? Can't be many minutes left before half-time.
Yeah, Nick, there's 2 minutes left, 33 minutes gone so far.
Larkin to feed another 5-man line out, the 1-man lift. It's a better line out by SACS. Here comes Halverson. SACS need to just stay on their feet. It's a late sack by Bishops, but the referee rules that it was fine. Larkin now slips and is a sitting duck for a turnover. Here goes Glepu out to Hayes. Hayes feeds Redling Hayes with a nice little line there. Very much like the line he ran to beat the Rondebosch Centre in the second term. Here comes Hayes, fairly lateral. Keeps the ball. Well done by Hayes. He shows and goes. This is good by Hayes. SACS looking a little bit more hungry here. They just need to keep the ball. Here comes the big prop with a good carry. That's Connor O'Reilly. Here's Glepu now to Statler. A big hit there by JP Smith on Statler, but he keeps the ball. Here's Halverson going for the line. Very, very close. SACS must just keep the ball, but have they lost it? Bishops
Turn
have
over
turned
there
that
to
over.
Bishops.
Poor work at the breakdown there by SACS, and Bishops snaffle possession there. Very important moment.
Looks like Pinar is the one who dived on the ball, made that 50-50 ball his own, and Macon's got it, and he's just punched it out with not many options there, and that's half-time.
That's half-time, was he? That's an unbelievable half by Bishops. I don't think they thought in their wildest dreams that we'd be turning 24-7. They're known as a side who actually comes back well in the second half and plays some good rugby. So to be leading 24-7, this will be a massive boost for them. SACS will be shell-shocked at the moment. Their coaches now will be giving the message, I guess, just to stay calm now, not panic, get into the Bishops' half, execute your style and impose your game plan on them and get points on the board. But one feels one more score from Bishops without SACS getting on the board, and that could be game over.
Sure. Nick, this is where Bishops back into the wind. They'll look to keep the ball in hand and run it back and use different lines. And the Bishops' backs also need to get a little bit more depth on attack. And we could see some good phase play by Bishops to try and. I don't think they will try and defend their lead at all, but certainly Into the Wind presents a totally new game for the Bishops boys, and hopefully they can somehow defend this lead.
It'll be very interesting to see how Bishops play this. It's a natural instinct for schoolboys who maybe are in a position maybe where they aren't used to, or they thought they wouldn't be in. Sometimes the thing is that they kind of sit back and try and defend their lead, which is always a dangerous thing. We both know that the best form of defense now for Bishops is attack. If they come out at SACS hard and maybe get one more score, that could break SACS' spirit. But if they sit back and just hope that SACS won't come at them, that could also allow SACS back into the game. So it'll be interesting to see how they play this in the second half.
Yeah, I'm sure the SACS boys are going to get a bit of a chat from the coaches, and wins on their side. They need to play the game down in Bishops' half, and yeah, I'm looking forward to an exciting second half.
It's very simple for SACS. This is a good SACS first team. They've got a big pack. Losing this game will really, really, really hurt them. This will not be what these matrics will want to be remembered for. These guys are going to have to show some incredible fight in the last 35. They're really going to have to dig deep. Otherwise, their season's going to be lying in tatters. It's turned into an absolutely beautiful morning here. There was a threat of rain earlier in the day, but the sun's out. The Piley Reef's looking magnificent. Does it bring back fond memories for you as a player? We shared a field, opposed each other for many years here at Bishops. You coming out on the winner's side more often than not. And just great to be back here together, huh?
Absolutely. It really does bring back a lot of memories. It was always a privilege to play for the Bishops' first 15. We had many great battles against SACS. We obviously took a lot more than you guys took away. If we had to work out a little points difference, it might be something you wouldn't want to really speak about.
Let's try not to tell fibs when we're live on air, was he? But certainly, what was it like? Bishops 1996 had some players of the caliber of Stuart Abbott in post-matric and Daniel Vickerman, who went on to play numerous tests for Australia. Those players of your side, what was it like playing with those chaps who went on to be internationals? And obviously Stu, now a great friend of both of us. What was it like sharing the field with those young men?
For sure, it was there were two very good rugby players. Stuart was an incredibly talented individual. You'll quite enjoy the affirmations that we give him, but he really was something special. We missed out on a few injuries in our 96 year, but we also had a great 95 side led by Richard Neville, with Jamie DeVette, sprinter at fullback, and he unfortunately missed out on our 96 year. But really some exciting tries that were scored on this field, but also the Bishop's support and the school and everybody getting behind you on this this very special turf. Not many people are allowed to walk on it. It's great to be back here. Great to be back at Bishops. But as nice as it is, it's also nice to have joined you in the coaching ranks at SACS, and very proud of the boys that I coached with their victory this morning.
Yeah, outstanding victory. Just going back to old Stu, we better stop complimenting him and promoting him. He does enough self-promotion. He obviously a great player in his day, and I'm sure he's watching this somewhere, either on TV or live at the game. Under 14s today, was he? Outstanding performance. They lost narrowly at SACS after leading 15-0, but the preparation was really good this week, and I thought the boys executed the plan really well and showed a fantastic effort and desire to win, and coming out ultimately 17-10 victory.
Yeah, from the first term, we're very proud of that result, but this first team game is just about to kick off, so we'll go back to this, and Bishop's about to kick off into the breeze, kicking to the right hand side. McDonald's got to be very careful here with the wind to ensure that he doesn't kick it out on the full. just some key moments in the first half. Pinar's been outstanding. McDonald also been very good. But Brandon van der Westhuizen really driving SACS back. And a good kick-off there from McDonald.
Liam Larkin takes it. You can see he's been given a bit of a rev at half-time and he's coming out hungry. Klepu now plays it out to Hayes, who can use his left boot now with this wind. That's better. That's a good kick. A bit of their own medicine there for Bishops, but Makins learned from Lucky Klepu.
And back to Van der Westhuizen infield. Like I said, Bishops keeping the ball in hand, not looking to kick it back, and to Super Seb on the left doing, and the ball's gone into touch.
This wind is going to be an interesting dynamic. You can see there Hayes not even striking that one perfectly, but nevertheless putting Bishops deep into their half. On the other side of the coin, Brandon van der Westhuizen with his left boot is going to be kicking literally into the teeth of the wind, and it's going to be very, very difficult for him to exit. So Bishops, they could get themselves into trouble by running from deep, and at the same time, if SACS can use this wind and play in the right areas, this could still be a very interesting second half.
Bishops' home support really getting behind the boys here. And they really have risen to the occasion. They've really risen. These derby games, as Nick said, really brings out the most.
Klepu feeds the scrum. Bishops holding their own in the scrum here. It's good play by Macon. Ball goes out to Redlingace in the midfield. He goes forward. The clean's there.
Bishops looks like they're marginally offside. They're lucky to get away with that.
Young Jean Minard on the field now. There's obviously an injury. Just trying to pick up who's off the field. It looks like Halverson has left the field, the number 8 for SACS. Carl Coles has slipped into the number 8 position. Jean Minard played a full game for the second team, is now onto the field. SACS will feed this again after Harry Macon's hand interfered with Klepu's pass there. Ball going forward. Macon playing with Lucky's head there, obviously trying to get under his skin. That's what he's known for. Controversial character. Better scrum there by SACS. That's a great scrum. Klepu feeds Hayes now. There's Tolashi into a little bit of space. He gets back to his feet and goes forward. There's Klepu now to Hayes. An inside pass there to Statler. SACS looking to snap back now. No one wanting that one. Making a meal of that there in the midfield. SACS trying to overcomplicate some simple things. What SACS really need to do is get their big ball carriers into this game and just come around the corner, work towards the touchline, suck Bishops across. At the moment, they're making it easy for the Bishops defenders. And once again, soft concession of possession there, was he? Back to Bishops.
Absolutely, with an attacking midfield scrum. With options, all the Bishops back standing directly behind the scrum.
Good old box play there. They've set up in a square behind the scrum. We haven't seen this since the Basil Bay era, was he? Yeah. Fantastic move this though.
Absolutely. With this attacking scrum, we always looked at variations of these type of field positions. Just a short stoppage there for the scrum collapse. Got Spencer the wing far out on the touchline. What are Bishops going to present us with here? And a big scrum from SACS and a penalty to them.
SACS finally imposing themselves on the scrum. Bishops have held their own quite well there. JP Smith, the big tight head, he really got popped there under big pressure, stood up, and SACS now get the penalty. Michael Abrams kicks now. He's got the breeze. The breeze helps the ball into touch, and now SACS have an attacking line out. This is where SACS need to play. They need to play in the Bishops 22. They need to keep pushing the boundaries there, attacking the line. They need this damn wall to break. SACS need to score though fairly soon. And this wind is very significant, Wazzy. I think it's going to still have a major impact on this game.
Most definitely. Nice attacking position.
SACS now setting their maul. It's a late sack. The referee has put up his hand for a penalty. Late sack there by Bishops. Klepu gives it out to Hayes, who puts in a little chip. There's a whole lot of little boys playing in the in-goal area. Where are their parents? This is crazy. One of those little chaps could have seriously been injured there had some of the big SACS players got into the in-goal area there. The referee is trying to find out.
That's fairly lucky.
Yeah, we could have had a bad
bounce of the
injury
ball.
there.
It's quite a decent size in goal area, and that's but penalty to SACS. A little bit cynical that from the Bishops boys, lucky to get away with that.
SACS now choosing a scrum here. They've been given a penalty and choosing a scrum rather than to kick for touch. The maul not working maybe as they had hoped. Nevertheless, they had got a penalty out of that last maul there for a late sack. So in my view, maybe another dart at the maul there. Bishops infringe again, potentially a yellow card. Nevertheless, a scrum here. SACS' scrum's been good all year. Glepu feeds the scrum. SACS now getting the ascendancy at the scrum time. Here comes Hayes. There's Hop on a hard line. That's a good line by Hop. He goes for the line. Brought down just short. Just a bit of composure here. Comes Statler.
Bishop scrambling.
Statler for the line. Must be incredibly close there. The ball's there for Glepu. Surely someone just needs to put the ball over the line. Here's Brewer. Great defense there by Bishops. Fantastic tackling close to the line. Here's Larkin. Pops it off. Good hands there out to Talashi. And that's a fine try by SACS. SACS back in this game. That's a much better piece of work there. It's a matter of building the phases there. There was some of the big ball carriers running in. Bishops defending for their lives, but eventually ran out of numbers on the wide channels.
No, good phase play there from SACS. 6 minutes gone in the second half. Bishops got a big half an hour in front of them of defending with this wind. It seems like it's picked up quite a bit since half time. And SACS getting playing in the right areas of the field. Important 2 points this to come, Nick.
Kicks could come down to kicks, Wazzy. These kicks are very important. We saw Macon kick one over earlier from roughly the same position. Geordie Hop will need to start this probably on the right hand upright. There is a strong wind, so he's going to have to start that one there and let it drift into the middle of the sticks. Hop slotted that one beautifully, and now SACS get into a 14-point score line there. Bishops leading this game 24-14. 2 scores though.
Game on
again. This wind is significant, as we've mentioned. SACS need to take this kick off cleanly, give it to Hayes with that left foot and bang the ball deep into Bishops territory.
Kick from McDonald.
Brewer taking responsibility there, the captain. There's a blast here. Are there enough forwards to clean though? Connor O'Reilly with a good carry. SACS boys are there from the side there. Glepu with a little dink. Interesting tactic. Probably not the right tactic though. SACS looking to put pressure.
Macon working his way infield there. Did very well to present the ball back. And Pienaar, good carry. Get some numbers to that breakdown. There we go. Smith, rather large scrum off there. No, Macon back in and to McDonald. To Labella Scott, poor pass. The wind drifting it backwards. But open up for other McDonald and losing the ball forward as he's looking to find a support runner.
This could play into SACS' hands here. It's getting a bit loose here by Bishops. Maybe not the right option earlier for Glepu to chip, use the wind rather and bang that ball. But SACS certainly coming into the game a bit now. It seems like the momentum's starting to shift a little bit. Ball's gone backwards to Hayes now. Hayes looking for a little bit of space. Here's some fancy footwork by the little number 10. He goes forward. He's still going. A great carry here by the little number 10. SACS now have it. Redlinghurst looking to pick and drive. The ascendancy is definitely shifted in the favour of SACS, but they've got a long way to go. Redlinghurst still fighting there. Picking and driving bravely. SACS deep into the Bishops half now. Options both sides. That's Duncan Ferguson there. They must remove the fetchers for Bishops. All looking a bit one-dimensional here at the moment. SACS need to be careful here. There's a turnover here on the ground. Not the right plays there. It's playing right into the Bishops' hands there. But a little lack of organisation there.
Bishops go quickly. Macon to Pienaar. He's really outstanding today. And he could have.
This could finish.
Opportunity there for SACS.
Yeah, I was going to say that if they broke out and scored, that could finish SACS off. But now they've actually played into the SACS hands. Plays Glepu now. SACS have it. Here's Hayes. He's had a few good moments. John Minnar sends it out to Hop, who spills the ball. Poor play there by SACS again. Bishops now break out. That'll be advantage over.
Advantage is gone and Bishops on the attack. McDonald. And this is Spencer, his first opportunity today. Straight in, and it looks like he's going to score, yeah. And that's a very good try there by Bishops. And under the poles, once again making it very easy for the conversion. But Spencer did very well there and had a support run on his inside, and the offload was good. And 5 points it is.
Great play by Bishops. Lovely offload in the tackle, but got to ask where the scramble defense was there. Was he? Brewer appeared to just allow that guy just to run down the touchline. Hardly any effort to cut him off. SACS look very tired. They almost look unfit. No one covering in there at the back whatsoever after that breakout. And was he? Oh, it's a mountain to climb. SACS are going to have to score 3 tries in the last 20 minutes or so, and highly unlikely.
Body language says a lot, Nick, and the boys, they look fairly flat, like you said. And the Bishops boys, on the contrary, they're pretty upbeat. They're seeing this as a big sculpt for them after an indifferent season and with results that haven't really gone their way. So another 2 points come from the boots of Macon, and Bishops push out to 31-14 with 11 minutes gone in the second half.
It's very simple for SACS, Wazzy. They need to score 3 tries without conceding one to win this game. It's a mountain to climb. The body language is not good, it must be said. They are not looking like they are in this game. They're looking tired. Hayes kicks to the left. Brewer looks absolutely exhausted here. Barely a kick chase.
Spencer again.
Go back
he
the
just
other
had a
way.
very good carry.
Bishop's looking to offload.
Bishop's boys up in front of us. We can't see what's going on now. Just standing up just to have a bit of view. Back to Van der Westhuizen, who's nearly charged down.
Here comes Lucky Glepu now. Bishops are looking hungry though. That's good play by Glepu. Here comes Michael Abrams. He goes through the defense. Get hit hard, but he's still going. He keeps the ball. Lucky gets to the breakdown. There it is. Here comes Statler with a little load off to Larkin, who's well tackled. Here's Redlinghuis. Nice little interplay there by SACS.
A lot of space on the right.
One thing you can see, Bishops are hungry for this win, and they are scrambling well in defense, something we haven't seen from SACS. Here comes Statler. He's certainly been a player for SACS that has committed himself to the cause here. Static again by Larkin, upright as well. He needs to run onto that ball more. They set a pod now. SACS have to score. SACS simply have to score. Here's Brewer.
Bishops are very flat.
Lucky with a quick ball. He goes for the try line. He must be close. Bishops lying all over the place. Here's Redlinghuis with a little play. Can he get over the line? Must be very, very close. Bishops
all over
that one again. There's Benderman now on the left there. Well defended there by Bishops. Wrong option by SACS to go left. Great hunger and desire being shown by Bishops on defense as they push SACS off the ball.
And turnover. Great turnover by Bishops. Scrambling well. Macon looking for his kicker. Back to Van der Westhuizen. And he's charged down, and there's an opportunity here.
Yeah. Here comes Benderman now. Takes it into contact. Are there any cleaners? They're there now, finally. Bishops are hands on the ball, but the referee allows it to play on. Abrams out to Tom Robinson. There's some numbers out to the right here. SACS just look lethargic. People walking around. No one looking like they want to even get in a position to carry. SACS have to go out there and win this game. The only player at the moment is Lance Statler. Big tackle there by Seb Prentice, arguably the man of the match at the moment. Here's Brewer, well hit in the tackle again.
Big hits.
SACS boys are slow to that breakdown again. Here's Redlinghuis, ducks his head. Bishop showing tenacious defense like SACS have actually shown at the Piley Reese in the recent past. Bishop's break out here again. Advantage is over. Here's big JP. He's still going. He's rumbling up the field. One more try for Bishops will finish SACS off.
Presenting the ball to Macon. Macon with a big over-the-top pass to Labello Scott. Back's getting in there, protecting that ball. Macon's got it, and lucky offside. That should be. There we go.
Macon making a bit of a hash of that. SACS breathe a sigh of relief. One more try, and they're overs. They need to kick this for the touchline, and they simply must score a try in the next couple of minutes to be in this game. Bishops leading 31-14 in control of this game. They've got a hunger and a desire that's not obviously within the SACS boys today for some reason. A little bit of a lack of motivation there. I can't see how though. This is a derby game. Their whole season rests on the last 3 games. There's a man down there. It looks like the hooker Liam Larkin is down in the 22. This could be trouble for SACS. The big playmaker for SACS, Liam Larkin's down. Hard to tell what's wrong with him from this vantage point. Lance Statler now is cramping as well. This is not good news for SACS at all. Statler will have to move into the hooker position and throw the ball in at the line out if Larkin is forced off the field. SACS will be forced to bring on another substitute.
That will be a big loss, Nick, if this cramp, it looks like cramp, if that possibly takes him from the field. He's been a good carrier for SACS so far, and
as far as I know, it's running
up.
time in schoolboy rugby, so SACS are the architects of their own demise by wasting valuable minutes here. Larkin returns to the fray here. He'll put the ball into this line-out. It's a 5-man line-out. Bishop's now contesting with a pod at the front again. They're going to put huge pressure here with a pod. They take it again. It's too predictable by SACS. You cannot do a 5-man line-out when they're doing a 1-man lift. Whoa, fortuitous there for SACS. A penalty being awarded. Here goes Brewer. He's obviously trying to do something himself. The captain doesn't want to leave SACS as a captain who's lost here. Doesn't get the double. Here comes Larkin now. Bishop's defending manfully though. Really are getting stuck into the SACS ball carriers. Statler goes forward but met by 2 or 3 Bishop's defenders. Bishop's putting themselves, their bodies on the line. Here goes Abrams over for a try. That's an important score for SACS. The conversion might be important as well.
31-19, 17 minutes gone in the second half.
Halfway through the second half, was he? SACS still need 2 more tries to win this game. But Bishop's looking like they are still full of running when they get that ball. SACS looking a little bit tired. This is a critical moment in the game if SACS can take the next kickoff and get back in the Bishop's half. Hop puts it through the middle and SACS go to 21. 31-21 with about 17 minutes to go. SACS are still in this, but 1 more try by Bishops and that's game over. SACS will be looking to get back in that Bishops half. They need 2 tries to win this game. Let's see if they got the mettle. Let's see if they got the desire. Statler's looking like he's in trouble. He's cramping up. He's getting treatment.
Referee just waiting for Statler to get back on his feet. The Bishop's support has really been good so far today. And an important kickoff here from McDonald. And he kicks deep.
Kicks deep. They should feed this ball to Glepu and get out of here. Here comes Larkin. It's a risky play. SACS should be looking to hit Hayes here and use the wind to get out of here. Here's Hayes with a left boot. He's partly charged down. Poor kick there by Hayes.
Pienaar.
There's a good
He's
line
played
here.
well. He's carried well also today. He's a little bit lateral and tries a little one out the back, little chicken wing pass, but SACS have turned over, Nick.
Poor play there by Bishops, just running laterally across the field. They needed to go forward there. Here's Tom Robinson now. Is the clean out there? There's a man there. There's a pick and drive. Lucky Glepu's in at 9. He plays it out to Redlinghayes, who comes back inside. Good feet there by Redlinghayes. SACS just need to keep their composure now and make sure that they just keep ball now. There's some space out wide here. There are a couple of mismatches out here. They haven't seen it. Yes, Tom Robinson with an effective carry. There's an overlap here. There's a bit numbers. Here we go. Larkin's in a bit of space now. Can he finish? Larkin needs to get longer studs. He's slipping all over the place today. Here's Glepu. And Hayes out to Brewer. This is better by SACS. Starting to impose themselves a little bit on the game. Glepu's there at the breakdown. Big spaces all over the park. Great switch
switch
there by Hayes. He's off and he's under the sticks. Could that be the score that ignites SACS? A wonderful little Gregan play there between Hayes and Glepu. And Warren, that's thrown things wide open now. With a conversion to come, we're going to be 31-28. We're still a reasonable amount of time left.
Yep, 15 minutes still to go. 20 minutes gone in the second half. SACS all of a sudden turning things on, and Bishops have a big 15 minutes ahead of them.
At one stage, it looked like the SACS boys were dead and buried. The body language wasn't good. It appeared that the guys were out on their feet, but they've found a second wind. They've found a way to get back into this game, and it's going to be an intriguing, final stages. Hop converts as well to take the score to 28. It's 31-28. It could not be closer. Bishops will be wondering how they managed to go from 31-7 to the current scoreline. But these SACS boys, as I've said, they're not going to want to leave SACS, the Matrix, having lost this game and losing out on the opportunity to win a triple crown perhaps this term. But they've got a long way to go. This Bishop side's not going to give up.
They won't, Nick. It's a great kick. Looks like it's Bishops are contested well. Smith takes it. It's good go forward ball and needs some support there. There we go. Brazil. Macon, McDonald. Ooh. Sorry about that. I was just getting a little bit carried away. Start feeling like I'm one of the crowd, yeah. The hack through.
I tell you, the Bishops coaches would have been, their hearts would have been on their sleeves. I mean, Redlinghurst nearly intercepted that and nearly went the distance, just knocking that one on. I mean, if he had gone the length there, that would have been heartbreaking for the Bishops faithful.
Definitely, but that presents Bishops with another very good attacking position. Just outside, in between the 10-meter line and the 22, middle of the field. Bishops have gone for the box. Have absolutely no idea what they're going to do, but hopefully I'm sure it'll be enterprising in some way, shape or form.
I think they'll come to the right, SACS have, it's a good
Big
scrum
scrum
there by SACS. Oh, the referee's awarded Bishops a penalty. That's very interesting.
It's a kickable. It's a
Let's see what
thin range, but into the wind. Not going to be a very easy kick if he goes a goal, and they're not. They're kicking to touch.
I think that's the right call, a penalty, which is a bit of a 50-50. Even if it goes over, it only puts you 6 points ahead. SACS still have the opportunity to win the game with a converted try. If Bishops can score a try off this line out, they look like they made a mess of that. No, they haven't. Great kick in the end. I think the wind helped there.
Definitely. Van der Westhuizen has kicked really well today. Been really impressed with his line kicks.
Massive moment in the game now, SACS need to hold out Bishops here and get to the other side of the field to win this game.
Good ball to the back of the line out and a drive from Bishops. Ball's at the back of the hooker with Hofmeyr and Macon's there, and it looks like it's been collapsed, and Bishops look like they got there. They're over. What a great drive. Great drive. The hooker looks like the hooker, yes. Hofmeyr's over for a very big 5 points, and kick to come just to extend that lead back to 8 points.
Tell you, not often you see a Bishop side score a try of a maul, but they worked that beautifully. SACS's maul defense not up to standard there at all, and I think that's game, set and match.
I'm not going to get too far ahead of myself there, Nick. I wouldn't say it's game, set and match. Still 12 minutes to go. But this kick is, he's taken it back outside his 22, and he is literally kicking it straight into the wind. So Macon will have to look to keep it low, and the ball's just rolled over. And it swings to the left. He's missed it very narrowly. Good effort there from Macon.
Yeah, Not a bad effort starting it on the left there. I also thought as he struck it, it was going over. Unlucky there, decent strike. Bishop's leading 36-28. SACS need to score twice. The kick actually not that important. SACS still needing to score twice regardless. So they'll need to score quickly, Wazzy. That try could be important there.
Macon done well there. Oof. Sorry. Really getting into this. Sitting here with the Bishops boys. A big long pass to Van der Westhuizen, who's knocked it on in front of his poles.
Bad mistake there by Bishops, Wazzy, giving SACS a midfield scrum. Oh, that must be gutting for the Bishops faithful there. Bishops needing to control that ball and exit. SACS now in a very good position now to impose themselves and to score a try and put themselves back in within range. Midfield scrum here for SACS. Lucky Glepu to feed. Abrams and Talashi on the left. Hayes, Redling Ace, Hop, and Benderman on the right-hand side. Interesting to see what SACS do. It's a great scrum by SACS. Glepu plays it out to the right. Here comes Hayes with a little show and go. Hop, once again, statically into contact. Glepu now plays it off to Lance Statler, who runs hard. SACS need to just keep ball here. Redling Ace with a pick and drive. Lucky Glepu plays it out to Brewer, who's well tackled there. Looks like
Labella Scott's all over him.
in the midfield there. The centre getting involved there. Here comes Hop with a bit of footwork. He's thrown the ball away though. It's poor by Hop. It's something he needs to improve on in his game for next season. Tends to throw the ball away and contact continually. Very frustrating for the coaches.
And Bishops get the opportunity to exit from their 22.
Wazzy, SACS, even if they do come away with a miraculous come from behind win, they don't deserve to win this game. They haven't played well at all. I feel Bishops have outpassioned them in this fixture. And look, there's still a bit of time in the game, but it's going to take a miracle.
But Bishops have been really committed today. It's been really impressive to watch them go about their work. Saw all the boys coming out the changing room earlier before they went onto the warm-up field, and they were really switched on, Nick. McDonald back in the pocket, yeah. Labella Scott looking as an option to take the ball up before Bishops look to clear and provide themselves with an exit option. Labella Scott taking the ball up well. And good carry there from Knight. And Macon at the base with another runner off 9 on the 22. Bishops are with McDonald back in the pockets and Macon to McDonald. And good, very good clearance there. He's also been very composed today and really played that pivotal role for Bishops.
Referee just checking that Bishops didn't take that one back into their 22, but linesman confirms that it'll be a line out roughly on the 10-meter line. SACS to throw the ball in. SACS choose a 5-man line out again. Again, it's a risky line out. They haven't cottoned on to the fact that Bishops are contesting like this. Ball goes to the back. It's a good throw there by Larkin. Out to Hayes, who gives it out to Statler.
McDonald knocked over in midfield.
The wind whipping now into us. Bishop's not rolling away, but the referee ruled it's a held up, it's a maul situation. Bishop's not needing to roll away, and they've secured the scrum.
The Bishops crowd up again, looking for another good effort to support their boys out there. Things have changed a little bit since I was here at Bishops, so not too sure what they're going to sing.
Traditional song here by Bishops.
And Bishops go to the left. McDonald, Scott, good line. Oh, and Van der Westhuizen's taken that well and offloaded. and to Seb Prentice, and they run out into touch. Bishop's looking to keep the ball alive, offloading. Penalty to SACS. Seb Prentice throwing the ball away. A little bit of poor discipline there.
Bit of ill discipline there by Bishops. They don't need to do that. They're in control of this game. The only thing that can happen here is if they allow, SACS back into this with a score here through their own ill discipline. That won't have pleased the coaches at all there, throwing the ball away. SACS need a score now, was he pretty much. Time running out. Can you see the time there?
30 minutes gone, Nick. So
5 minutes remaining. SACS need a score pretty much in the next couple of minutes and then come straight back and score again. You just can't see it happening. We just haven't seen that energy from the SACS team today. It's a great line out though. Here's Lucky Glepu to Hayes. And Statler, it's all a bit predictable. Statler being probably the only carrier SACS have employed today. Here comes Redlinghayes, who gives it out to Larkin, who's been quiet and kicks the ball away. Luckily, SACS keep the ball. Poor play there by Larkin. Lucky Glepu now, and turnover. It really, for a player of Cravenwick standards, to be static, flat, and then kick the ball away when you're trying to win the game is absolutely baffling. Nevertheless, they are youngsters. They've got to make mistakes and learn from them. And Bishops now have the ball to clear for touch.
Bishop slowing things down. Van der Wester hasn't a kick to touch, and he hasn't found touch. It's to Hayes, to
Glepu now into some space. Here comes Redlinghayes. SACS all a bit casual here. They're almost like they're running half-heartedly. This is better by Hop, at least getting some go forward here. Glepu now plays it out. Here's the number 1, Connor O'Reilly. Bishops have been very good at the defensive breakdown today. SACS being a little bit slow. Predictable again, flat and predictable. Here's Glepu out to Abrams, and now out again to, it looks like Lance Statler there. There's big numbers here on the left, but the wrong carriers are out here. Kyle Coles, not known for his speed. Out the back though to, that's a good play. The wing, Talashi just dropping that one dead. Appalling play there.
Off his feet there. Bishops get the ball back. Macon. Oh, he's run out of options, but offloaded his friend, who's actually done very well, very strong through the tackle there. Lucky Macon to McDonald. Also very strong, but Macon's there. He covers well to Spencer, to Labello Scott on the wing, and holding. Bishops with a little bit of check back chat, and
here comes Hayes. They need to speed up the game. They have to score in the next few minutes. Is anyone with him? Penalty advantage again, says the ref. Here comes Tom Robinson. He's tried his best today. He places the ball, and the ball goes out to Redlinghayes. The Bishops' defensive line has been good today. They've kept things together. They've kept the line intact. SACS have been a little bit unimaginative with their attack, a little bit flat, and Bishops certainly haven't had too many problems dealing. There's a yellow card here to Macon, the scrum half. He's done something there.
And that's the end of his game.
How much time there to go, was he? We've got a couple of minutes.
There's only 2 minutes to go.
2 minutes to go. SACS need to score directly from this line out. Abrams has missed touch. It's really just it's a horror show for SACS today, was he? Everything that could have gone wrong has gone wrong, and Bishops now have the ball to get out of their half.
Bishops can be really proud of the performance that they've put in today, Nick. They really have been committed in defence and used their opportunities very well.
All credit to Bishops. They've really come here with a plan. They've showed a lot of courage, a lot of heart. The defence has been excellent, and looks like they're going to come out here worthy winners. Larkin now. One last time on the Piley Reese. Can he open things up? There he goes. But he loses the ball forward. It's just not SACS's day today. Bishops break out. Brave Bishops performance today, it must be said.
To McDonald. To the big ball carrier in the midfield. And still manages to get it back. Larkin all over it. Very lucky. And taking the ball up in the midfield. It looks like McDonald. SACS committing a few numbers, but withdrawn from the from the ruck to Seb Prentice. He's been quiet the second half, but he had a great performance in the first half. Labella Scott.
Seb Prentice, strong as an ox, was he?
He's all by himself there. A little bit isolated, but teammates have managed to get around him. To McDonald. And a little chicken wing out the back to the big man. The Bishops boys are up on their feet. To Van der Westhuizen, who's taken a great line. Redlinghurst has done well. Great cover tackle.
Jalashi snaffles it and gives it to Glepu. Glepu tries to break out. But Bishops are there in numbers. They're scrambling well. They're hungry for victory here. They have to run this now. Abrams, does he know that there's 1 minute left? Hassling
this is almost
there
the last
on the ground.
phase.
This has got to be probably the last play of the game. Maybe one more after this. Here's Brewer. And that could be the end of this game. It's a turnover here to Bishops. It's got to be the last play of the game, was he? Unless the referees are playing some injury time. But I think that's game over. SACS, there's no way for them to score 2 tries. This is Bishops' game, thoroughly deserved. They've SACS have had the wood over Bishops over the last 5 years or so, winning 8 of the last 10 games. But certainly Bishops today, underdogs. They've come there, they've done their school proud and thoroughly deserved winners.
Absolutely, proud performance. All the Bishops boys are up on their feet, almost ready to run on the field. Maybe one last chance to get another 7 points and extend this lead. 8 points, take that type of victory any day, but just to extend that to 15, I think it'll be an incredible result for these Bishops boys.
Yeah, when it comes to 15, it comes into the hiding territory. SACS will be looking to avoid that. But pretty much time up on the clock here. Macon really just needs to pass this out to one of the backs and just kick Hoofert into touch. But we'll see if Bishops are looking to. The wing is lurking here wide. This could be a little cross kick here behind Talashi. Let's see. Labella Scott looking like he's going to hold the defenders, maybe out the back to Van der Westhuizen with a little cross kick. Let's see.
New scrum off on the field. One of the flankers has gone off. Yeah. Big scrum from SACS.
There we go.
And there's Pinard. And he's done well. He's had a great game all day. And Labella Scott. And he's over. And that is the final nail in the coffin. An incredible performance by Bishops.
Labella Scott
they are extremely happy. There's lots of hugs going on. The Bishops crowd, the Bishops boys are all up on their feet. They're dancing. This is probably their biggest result of the season, and they should keep their heads high, and they should enjoy this win.
Yeah, this is a great day for Bishops. Great day for Bishops Rugby. SACS getting the upper hand in most of the other fixtures today, but Bishops winning the one that counts. The big first team game is always the one that everything rests on. SACS really have let themselves down today. This has actually turned into an embarrassing hiding at 43-28. They're going to have to pick themselves up for the Rondebosch game. That's game over as the Bishops faithful and the boys run onto the field and pick up their heroes. A wonderful performance by Bishops. They thoroughly deserve the win. You can see how much it means to them. Was he back in the old days? I think it wouldn't have meant as much. I think Bishops had definitely a stranglehold and a dominance on this fixture. SACS have come back in recent times, and you can see now Bishops against the odds as underdogs have come here to the Piley Reese, to their home ground, and they've upset SACS, and they've done it in emphatic fashion. 43-28. That's a hiding.
Yeah, well done. Very well done to Bishops. Their captain led from the front. Pinot had an outstanding game. A lot of contributions from the Bishops guys. They just all looked up to it. They all arrived. They played 70 minutes of rugby, where the SACS guys at times just weren't present. They were a little bit flat. But hats off to Bishops. They scored some great tries, and their support play. It's just always wonderful coming back to the school to watch them and watch this brand of rugby. So well done, Bishops. Well done to the Bishops coaches. And yeah.
Yeah, the Bishops coaches will be enjoying their winning beer in the Heatley Pavilion. Always a wonderful rivalry between the two schools. You win some, you lose some, but always afterwards, both sets of coaches go and share a beer together and talk about the fixture. Wonderful rivalry, but also a lot of friendship off the field. So despite the loss, desperately disappointing for the boys and for Graham Veppener in his final year as SACS first team coach. He wouldn't have wanted to go out on the piley like this, but he's a rugby man, and he'll take it on the chin, and he'll go into the Heatley Pavilion and man up and have his beer with his opposition coaches. SACS boys looking dejected there, was you can imagine, in your final 3 games, particularly the matrics, have to go out like that. Devastating for the boys. Just didn't play well enough today. Really just didn't arrive today. Bishops were there. They gave everything that they had, and they've come out deserved victors.
For sure. Your man of the match, Nick?
I think there were lots of brave men in that Bishop side. You could look in the pack led by Pinar. I thought in the backs there, that try by Seb Prentice down the left, where he just bulldozed through a number of weak tackles by SACS. I think that set the momentum in Bishop's favour. So although he was quiet in the second half, the ball never really got to him. I thought that moment of magic by Seb Prentice really won the game for Bishops, and I think that for that I'd award him the man of the match. Wonderful scenes here in the 22 with the Bishops boys being swamped by their fellow schoolmates. You can see how much it means to them. You can see how big schoolboy rugby is. The whole school would have been behind their team today, and this upset, their guys with their phones out filming things. There is just jubilation here for the Bishops boys. On the other side, a very dejected SACS outfit standing in front of their supporters about to sing their school song. They launch into song, and the boys manning up here. The last thing they want to do now is stand and face their classmates, but that's how it goes, Wazzy. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You've got to be humble, and humble in victory and gracious in defeat. And these guys are young, and they've got plenty of learning still to come. It's not the end of the world, but SACS certainly need to regroup now. Got a huge game against Rondebosch at Rondebosch, and then obviously the massive derby game, last game of the season. Wynberg's 175, doesn't get bigger than that. Bishops, on the other hand, they've also got a tough assignment next week against Wynberg, and then they'll follow that up with their massive derby game, their game of the year against Rondebosch. And I think it's just going to be fascinating to see how that pans out, was he?
No, absolutely. These shock results, it just presents an opportunity to all the schools.
And as the Bishop supporters move from the field in jubilation, we say farewell here from the Piley Reese until the next time. Cheers, Wazzy.
Cheers, Nick. Thanks.